keep saying it's not the same thing, it's not the same thing, it's not the same thing. Matter of fact, that's even worse. Next up, what happened? The girl at the table, when I said, how you throwing rocks at a glass house? Why y'all keep saying it's not the same thing, it's not the same thing, it's not the same thing? Matter of fact, that's even worse. It's even worse. This is what I'm confused about. This is why I say this whole cast and everybody watching this show pick and choose when they want to use what's right and what's wrong and integrity. I just kept pointing it out because I'm not crazy. So you mean to tell me you're mad at Sonny, who is married, keyword married, to a man that used to date somebody, friend or not friend, it don't matter. We can even say friend. That she married, hypothetically, somebody that was her friend, but they married. Y'all mad at that. But y'all not mad at a lady that's sitting at the table who's still legally married to somebody, engaged to somebody else, and want to get in on the conversation. I'm the one that's crazy for saying what I said. I'm the one that's crazy. And the people who keep saying that's not the same thing, I think you guys are crazy. Because I feel like it's an integrity thing. If I know my house is not in order, if I know everything is not right and certain, if you sit it out, you be like, no, let me sit this one out. I can't, I don't have no room to say nothing, right? That's like when people start judging people. You might not be a thief, but you're a liar. Be quiet, liar. Just because you don't steal, you steal bad too, because you're lying. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I said that to her, it threw me because I'm like, listen, you don't sit high and look low and all of your stuff is not together. I'm confused. That's all I was saying. Like, Sonny had enough people that were already attacking her, right? And one thing that I learned through coaching by being on teams is nobody likes to be attacked all at once by a group of people. It just don't feel good. Like Sonny, majority of the time at that trip, I had to be Team Sonny because I didn't want it to feel like she was fighting for her whole life. The entire, like, if you've never been in a situation where it felt like everybody was against you and you were by like yourself, you wouldn't understand. Matter of fact, if you got some siblings, then you understand. Because anybody that got siblings know that siblings take turns ganging up on who they want to gang up on for the moment. And then the one sibling that they ganging up on, thank you for the badge. I need that money. All that money is going, because y'all gonna lie and say y'all didn't know how to donate to Beyond the Game. Just buy a badge. Y'all know how it is when siblings, they decide they're gonna gang up on this one, right? And then you got one kid or you the person that was crying because everybody done ganged up on that one person. And that one person, whether they did it or not, they just so hurt. They don't know what to do. Now imagine being an adult and knowing that if you act out, spaz out, that the repercussions is you going to jail. Or you doing something that you regret. That's what somebody was sitting in. So in that moment, I'm not about to sit at the table and let a whole table attack her, and then you throwing rocks from a glass house. I'm like, my girl, how are you even saying anything? Like, I'm not in your business. They're like, you got so much to say. You in everybody's business. You showed up. No, I'm just using common sense. Like, you just can't sit me at the table and ask me not to use my brain. They were sending me clips. Again, I'm watching. Y'all were sending me stuff on TikTok. I was watching my face the whole time. I'm sitting there like this, like I was mind-boggled at so much stuff they were saying. Oh, and I'm going to get to the other part where they said, why am I so quiet now? Like I was being quiet because no, I'm going to get to that. But let's just finish up with old girl who married and engaged. To clear that up, I just said don't throw rocks at a glass house. I didn't say who, it's like the Bible. I didn't say whose sin was worse or whose situation was this and that. I wasn't judging none of these situations. I'm saying stay out of it. Stay out of it. You got a whole husband, fiance, go work your stuff out and then double back and then tell somebody what to do in their relationship, because clearly you don't know what to do in yours. Because I don't know them people, but one thing for sure and two things for certain is I know when two people want to get a divorce, they're going to make it happen. Somebody going to make something shake. They don't have to sit in it. And no disrespect, but I don't think them people got $1 billion worth of assets that they had to try to figure out assets. And I'm not in their business or whatever. I don't know if they have children or whatever, but I don't know how complicated it could be that you have a fiance and you married at the same time. I just couldn't process that. So can y'all please stop that one. Just stop it. Y'all tear me up in the bottom of the comments talking about, oh, it ain't the same thing or whatever the case may be. Moving right along, I'm going to get to when Destiny said what she said to Mel about respectful cheating. But can we double back again just to Sonny? Because when Sonny was sitting at that table, I kept looking at Sonny like, as a matter of fact, the whole trip. I think I seen Sonny on the live. I kept telling Sonny the whole trip, girl, why are you arguing with these people when you married to the man? I would have been tap dancing on them. Sonny, I would have been singing songs and laughing. I don't care how you got him. You got him and he chose you. That's it. That's between you, him, and God. No matter how y'all got there. No matter who mad. And I don't know who makes it their whole storyline that they want somebody that don't want them. I'm not claiming nobody that don't want me. If you go and marry somebody else, you think I'm going to get on national television, TV. I would be scared to tell my own mama that I felt a certain kind of way. That a man left me and went to marry somebody else, and I feel a certain kind of way about it. As a woman, I don't think but hey, we're making TV here. Remember, this is a TV show, so people do all kind of stuff. But I don't think I would make it my storyline, my life's mission to try to tear down Moses and Sonny in a marriage. I wouldn't. They already married. Now, if they wasn't married, we might have had a great show. Made the best woman win. I would have been here for it. I would have actually probably tuned in to watch that one. Like, hold on a second. We got a real life The Bachelor going on, right? But married, it's nothing to see. It's nothing to watch. And then I think I seen a clip on Instagram. She said I was so hurt listening to her talk about having a baby with my ex. Girl, that's your ex. Why are you worried about your ex? Who worries about their exes? Most of us ain't became an ex for a reason, I thought, right? It was something that didn't work out within whatever it was. So why would we care whatever the case may be? Unless you married. And my story is for another day. I got an ex, but I was married for 17 years. I'm in that thing. I'm in the middle of all his mess. I can tell y'all that for free. I want to be a part of it. We dating somebody together. Me, you, and the kids. We all go together. 17 years? I got something to say. I'm allowed to say something. 17 years. Girl, you dated somebody. You didn't get no ring. You didn't get married. Girl, what? Leave Sonny alone. And if they continue on with this show, because I don't know what they're going to do, leave Sonny alone. Can we hear more about what Sonny and Moses got going on? And no disrespect to you, Sonny, because I got two eyes. Moses is fine. Can y'all show more of what Moses and Sonny got going on as a black couple? Can we see how they gonna build their life? Can we see what businesses they got going on? Can we hear them talk about if they gonna have some kids or if they're not gonna have some kids? Can we meet their family members? Because they from St. Louis, and St. Louis is kind of like our cousins from Detroit. And so, when you get Detroit, Chicago, Indiana, St. Louis together, we just make magic, okay? We just different breeds of people. I would like to meet some of their family members because I'm pretty sure they got a couple cousins and aunties that people on TV would probably like to meet if you gave them the opportunity. It's a big mama somewhere, and there's something that could be more to them. You get what I'm saying? Than us just going back and forth on who stole who man, because ain't nobody stolen. Look at me, I'm talking crazy. There isn't anybody stolen. because the man chose. So that's that situation. Now, let's get to respectable cheating. Respectable cheating. We're about to get to respectable cheating.
I would say it's not anything that I regret.
Got it. That's a big deal. Because it takes a lot. Most people can't relate to the things that they go through being literally, quote, put on Front Street, for millions of people to see. And you all have continued on to share the story. Let's talk a little bit about how you've protected your mental health and your peace.
Yeah.
Obviously, your private life is now a very pivotal part of the storyline of the show. And tell us about, again, your self-care, what you do for your emotional preservation. And also, I heard you recently talk about the importance of, providing therapy for your children, the importance of that and what it means to them.
Absolutely. So I'm a huge advocate for therapy. And so once I walked away from my situation, I started therapy. I put my children in therapy as well, because I wasn't going to be naive to think that, they would not be affected too. If I'm an adult and I'm affected, imagine the babies, right? So I put them in therapy too. It has been just very paramount, honestly, in me being where I am. I've also in that learned how to set boundaries. So setting those boundaries, knowing when to cut off certain things a little quicker if I feel like it does not align with my purpose, whether that's relationships, friendships, or whatever, situationships, workships. If it does not align with my purpose, I'm a little more quick to remove those things. You don't stay connected to situations that is causing mental anguish or causing you to not be at peace. And I think that for probably about 2 years, I spent more time alone than I'd ever spent my whole life. And spending that time alone with myself, doing self-care, massage therapy. I usually get a massage about every week. That's the one time when my mind, body, and soul are all on one accord, because you're not getting up, you're not going anywhere, you just gonna sit still, right? So incorporating those things and spending time alone and really learning who is Melody. Who is Melody, right? Because I got married at 22. So it was important for me to sit back and say, okay, who is Melody? What does she desire in life? Where does she want to go? And what's the roadmap to get there? So I took about 2 years to just really focus, I wasn't, let me hurry up and go get with somebody and get married again or anything like that. I just really wanted to focus on my healing journey. Therapy, self-care, and some time alone definitely contributed highly to that.
Got it. I'm glad you were able to kind of focus on you and get back to you, and also for your children as well, making sure that they have therapy and support, because obviously we've seen all of this play out, nationally, and even in the home, they've seen it play out as well. Yeah. You talked about, Melody, about the importance of setting boundaries. I want to talk about that. In the business world in particular, you're teaching classes in real estate, property preservation, and business. Let's talk a little bit about, tell us about some of the courses that you're developing for this new generation of entrepreneurs. Tell us about that.
For sure. So my first business I've been working for myself since 25, and my first business was in property preservation, which is really where you are managing foreclosed properties for banks. And that's where I did my first million, and then eventually turned it into a multi-million company in 3 years. So by 28, 29. So now I stayed in that industry for about 10 years, and now I have the pleasure of teaching others how to get into the game of property preservation, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's a national industry, so I teach by way of Zoom. And I started this course in 2020, and to date I've created over about 900 entrepreneurs all across the country. And so I enjoy teaching them and just really, because a lot of times we've heard, nobody wants to tell me, nobody wants to share information, nobody wants to share knowledge, right? Well, that's not true. There are some people who want to see other people win. So it has been great. Some of my students have been able to resign from their 9 to 5s. Some of them have been able to make over 200K plus their first year in the industry. And so I'm enjoying really showing and teaching people the ropes of the business of property preservation that's always going to be around, because there are always going to be foreclosures, because people lose jobs, people die, people get divorces. Sometimes people just walk away from their homes and want to start a new life. So it's a business that will always be here.
Got it. That's a big deal. Melanie, where can folks find out about these property preservation courses that you teach?
So masterclasswithmelody.com. Masterclasswithmelody.com. The next class starts September 9th. I'm currently running a half off special, so it's $1,500 versus $3K. It's a 5-week program. So come in, be ready to learn, be ready to work, and let me help you get to the bag.
Love it. Help me get to the bag. I like that. I think our audience would like to hear that as well. Speaking of the bag, Melanie, your bags have grown because you've got so many, your hands on so many different things that are prospering, that are blessed, that are successful. So as your businesses have grown, tell us about the financial team you've had to put in place.
So my main part of my financial team is my accountant, of course. And I've had the same accountant for many, many, many years. I don't take lightly when it comes to making sure you're paying your taxes, making sure you're taking care of business, because at the end of the day, you gotta pay. I'm gonna say on this money. You got to. It is what it is, right? So that has been one of the main things for me, and having an accountant who has literally been a part of my life since I was 22, 23. So knows me very well. I can run ideas. Hey, I'm thinking of doing this. How should I set this up? That has been crucial for sure.
Got it. And so on that same topic, how do you teach your children about financial education?
Absolutely. So the first thing I teach them about financial education is learning how to get to the money too. So they spend a lot of time with me. And I say that because everybody who follows me have seen my children packing orders. They've seen my children knowing what products are for my beauty brand, understanding and first grasping, there are avenues to make money. Never feel like you can't make money. Making money allows you to make purchases that can build wealth, right? So I talk to them all the time. I spend a lot of time talking to my children about not overspending, but you don't really need that, so we don't have to get that, right? What's something else we can, like just yesterday, I said it on live. My daughter was like, we were in the kitchen talking to my oldest daughter, she's 12, and she was like, she said, I'm in the bloodline of standing on business. I said, okay. She was like, that was good. I said, girl, that was pretty good. And she was like, I'm going to have me a shirt. I said, you know what? Mommy's going to get you a mock-up for the shirt. You can tell me which one you like, and we're going to sell your shirt, right? So they're all ready, because here's the thing. So I had Mariah when I was 25. I had already resigned from teaching. So my children have been around nothing but seeing their parents as entrepreneurs. That's all they know. Those are the conversations they hear. They've been to business meetings. They've been to bank closings. They've been to properties, right? That's all they've seen. That's all they know. So it's naturally just in them, right? And so then once you've naturally and shown them by way of seeing how you move, how you handle business, how to get to the bag, then comes the conversations of, okay, now how do you retain the wealth?
That's important. That's absolutely important. So your children already have a concept of what generational wealth will look like for your family.
Yeah, they do. And it's so funny because sometimes my oldest two, Mariah and Tank, who are 12 and 11, they'll talk about how Tank's going to be a home builder, Mariah's going to be an interior designer, and they're going to have this thing together. They even talked about having a big home with different wings and all this. And I said, now look, y'all, we're going to see, because y'all halfway get along. So, but okay, if y'all like it, I love it. But literally, that's what they think about. That's where their mindset is.
I love that even as young people, they have a vision, they have an entrepreneurial mindset because they see you doing it, right? They have seen your parents are entrepreneurs. They've seen you all, and the highs and lows of businesses and really nothing but growth at this point. You've got so many businesses happening. Melanie, I want to touch on those just a little bit, fashion and beauty. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't go to Melody's Instagram page and to Stylist J Boland, first of all, I'm just, my mind is still blown because the line is so fire. So tell us how you linked up with Stylist J Boland and about the line, the fashion line that's in your name.
So literally, Jay Boland styled me. I think for the first time, may have been in 2015 or 2016, maybe. I was hosting the red carpet for a gala here in Huntsville. Actually, it was like the 100 Black Men Gala. And so he styled me for that because we shared a manager. So we shared a manager. He styled me for the event. And we just stayed in contact ever since. Great energy, great vibe. And so then it became, he rolled out his clothing line and all of that. And then it was like, oh, let's do some collaboration. And we just got in there, worked together, curating pieces that we know the audience will love. I get in there and model and show what they can look like on. And they buy them out every time. They sell out every time.
I believe the looks are they're phenomenal. They are absolutely phenomenal. I love that. I love that y'all have a partnership. I love to see it, seriously. And I love to see just a Black man. He's always doing positive things, and just his looks are so classy. They're just regal. They fit every model. Everyone's look that fits their personality, their style. Like, I love it.
When I tell you Jay Boland's energy is so amazing, oh my gosh, he is one of the sweetest, kindest, most professional people you'll ever meet. I mean, just a heart of gold. Just a heart of gold.
I believe it. I'm so glad you have gotten to work together. So you've done fashion, right? Let's talk about beauty. You have a skincare and cosmetics line, 7th Avenue Beauty. Where did the idea come from, and what makes this line unique?
So I started working on my beauty brand back in 2018. Due to the divorce, ended up dissolving. It was Embrace Beauty at the time. And I relaunched my business under 7th Avenue Beauty. I grew up on 7th Avenue. So my small hometown I talked about, I grew up on 7th Avenue. And so I named it 7th Avenue Beauty, where I learned the importance of skincare, healthcare, hair care, right? And the unique part about our beauty brand and how and why it's been able to go from an entire start over to a multi-million-dollar business is literally because we deliver good products that work. Our products are vegan, they're natural, they're paraben-free, and they're made right here in the USA, in Dallas, Texas. I have a Black female chemist who I work with on creating these amazing, stellar products. She's been a chemist for over 18 years. I go out to Dallas when I go do my shoots with Jay Boland. I go into the lab, we work, we come up with stuff. And so really, when you talk about a product where the owner is also the creator owner is very involved, you've got a Black female chemist who understands our skin, and we're bringing all of this creativity coupled with her education together. We've just literally created magic. It has been amazing. I have an 83% return customer rate because once you start using the product, you're gonna want to come back.
That's phenomenal. That customer retention, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. How well does marketing play in your customer retention, in addition to obviously the quality of the product as well?
So marketing wise, I do a lot of posting and lives on social media. And I think too, the marketing aspect of it that has really hit and kind of, been able to hone in onto what people feel about the brand is because they've seen me do it from the ground up. They've been involved with seeing me packing orders, choosing. I share, hey, think I'm going to choose these envelopes. Let's go back to the beginning. Choose these envelopes to ship in. Choose these boxes. What y'all think? Y'all like these? Like, they have been a part of the process from the beginning. So they literally seen me grow from, shipping 30 products or 100 products to now shipping thousands and thousands of products.
Wow. And I think that's really cool too, the fact that you take the audience, the customer, consumer on the journey with you. Yes. That they've been able to see you grow. Like you said, from just your beginnings to where you are now. I think that actually probably helps customers feel included in the process as well.
Absolutely does. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And I love my 7th Avenue Beauty so much. And my goal is to always deliver product to them, like I said, that works. It's freshly made. And also I get to share with them the importance of even teaching their children, their young girls, their nieces, their cousins, right? Because my babies, if you go up to their restroom right now, it looks like a spa up there, okay? They got every product, everything, and they love it. But we do have to take time to teach our children how to take care of our skin. Mm-hmm. Your skin is the largest organ on your body, but it's the most neglected. So I tell people, invest in your skin. You get what you pay for. And, you know, I love the fact that we decided for the products to be vegan and natural and paraben-free.
Got it. That's a really big deal. That's a really big deal. They're natural, paraben-free. Your children love them as well. You know, Melanie, you talk about skin and how you show up in the world. You do a lot of showing up on you know, on social media and on TV. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that you were the first reality TV star to have ownership in a network. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so thank you so much. You know, I'm here for all things Black excellence. I am. I love Black excellence. I just had Mimosas with Melody. It was nothing but Black excellence. My 5th Mimosas with Melody event. And so Nubian, when that opportunity was presented to me and I was able to sit down and see where they were, where they're trying to go, and look at the content that they're putting out, making sure that it aligns with my purpose, right? It was really just a no-brainer. Very easy decision.
Well, where can we find out more about Nubian TV and watch Nubian TV?
Absolutely. So you can go, it's on Fire TV. I think it's also nubiantv.com. We have an Instagram page too, where we're constantly posting new shows that are coming out, new shows, new movies, new programming. And so it's an amazing network that's growing, that I'm enjoying watching grow and being a part of the growth. And I know that, you know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we'll be like, whoa, we started right here, but look where we are now. So Daryl, the co-owner, he's super amazing, and we're just all working hard. I'm not new to putting in work and working hard to build. Sometimes people want overnight success. That's not the way. You miss so many things you need to learn on the journey when you move that way. So I love getting in there, getting in the weeds, and really growing, really building strategically and learning the lessons when you're here. So when you get here, those lessons aren't bigger.
I love that. That's actually helpful advice. And as we wrap soon, Melody, tell us, you know, what is some of the biggest advice that you give brand new or aspiring entrepreneurs?
Oh, wow. So, let me try to cut it down a little bit, cut my list down a little bit. For one, you know, and whenever entrepreneurship can sometimes be a road that is, I'm not going to say a lonely road, but everybody's not going to get how you think. Everybody's not going to get why you took your last $5,000 and invested it in a dream or a vision that you have for something. Everybody's not going to get that. Be okay with that. Be okay with that. Don't get offended. Don't feel like, oh, they don't believe in me. Oh, they don't support me. Your vision is your vision. You work your vision, okay? And you literally don't have to share everything with everybody. Be particular about what you share and with whom you share it, you know? Find the people who you consider, you know, your team, your prayer warriors, your people who are going to push you on those days when you don't feel like pushing through. They're going to say, hey, girl, come on, we got to push through. Find that team and let that team be the solid people who are around you. Don't, you know, I say look for the weak links. And when you're on the journey of entrepreneurship, you got to get rid of the weak links. You just have to. You just have to. Stay, you know, make sure that, you know, any endeavor that you're taking on, that it aligns with you and who you are at your core, who you are at your heart. There are deals I've turned down, 40, 50, 60,000 deals. I said no. And I turned them down because they didn't line up with me.
Melody, that was some fantastic advice you gave to entrepreneurs. You know, get rid of the weak links. You know, focus on what you have to do. Don't worry about what anyone else is saying about how you're moving and how you operate. That you got to focus on what you got to do. Super helpful tips. Anything else as we think about, you know, how to, you know, inspire or encourage entrepreneurs?
Yeah.